In the interest of full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. All the opinions here are my own. The iCoach was bought by the college I worked at. So right off the bat, if you want to know my opinion on the iCoach here, I recommend it. I recommend it as a coach. I recommend it for beginners and intermediate players if you know how to use it. If you want to, if you know how to use this properly, it is a very, very good device. If you don't know how to use it, or if you're not using it specifically in a proper way, in the ideal way, then it's probably not going to be of use to you. And there are some drawbacks on this as well. I'll explain a little later, but I'll go over the positives first on the iCoach. And what the iCoach does, it's pretty much a tee, right? It's a stationary ball, so it's very good for beginners and some intermediate players to help them out in the understanding of the contact point, right? So the contact point should be in front of you 45 degrees away. And notice that I am positioned 45 degrees away. And notice that when I hit the ball here, right, my arm is way out in front here. And that's how you should hit a tennis ball. And you're rotating, right? You're rotating your torso into that ball. And if you are, say, if you're stationed to the side here, you're not going to hit that ball properly. So you want to be stationed right around here, positioned there to properly hit. And for coaches, this is great because, sometimes we drop feed balls to our students, and, it can work. Obviously, it can work as well. But with this, the ball is just there. You don't have to drop feed it. It's just there, and you can adjust the swing with your student right there. And what it does is when you hit the ball, it goes down, right? So this is a very good part about the iCoach. It just goes down here, and then it'll spring back up. It'll spring back up again. You just have to wait for it to settle down a little bit, and then you could swing that ball again. And so that's very good. The other positive thing is that it allows you to hit the sweet spot, and it allows you to give you that feeling of hitting the ball entirely. So if you notice here, this ball is protruding out. You can see that angle here, right? The ball is protruding towards the front a little bit. And when you hit this ball here, you can hit the ball without hitting any other part of the iCoach, like this metal frame here or the thing on the sides here. It allows you to hit the ball completely and cleanly. And that's what you want to do when you hit a tennis ball, right? You want to have this clean hit on the sweet spot in the top center of your string bed there. You want a good clean hit, and this allows you to do that. And so when I hit this ball here, you know from this feedback if you're hitting all ball or the metal frame, right? So if you don't hit it properly, what it does is that you'll hit this metal frame here, and you'll feel that. You'll feel that metal frame or the edge of this. This is rubber there on the edge, and you'll feel that, and you'll hear that. You'll hear it on the iCoach that, oh, I didn't hit the ball cleanly there. But if you get all ball, you will feel it. You will feel that entire ball, and that's good. It sends that signal to your brain that you're hitting that ball cleanly and properly. Another good thing about the iCoach is that it helps you with your swing path, specifically your topspin swing path. So as you can see right here, my backswing, or what I call the slot position, there is below my waistline. And a lot of players don't understand the low to high swing, right? So the low to high swing is basically where your backswing is here below the waistline, and then it goes up. It goes up and it goes high, right? This is the high part of the swing. That is the low to high swing. And a lot of beginners and intermediate players as well have a tough time doing that. And so this is a good way to just kind of adjust that swing path. Really good for one-handed backhand players. So I've taught a lot of one-handed backhand players that seem to have their backswing here up here a little bit too much, or even lined up with whatever the contact point is, and they can't get below the ball. And here they can understand what's going on, that they need to get that backswing, that racket head below their waistline, and then swing up towards the ball and have a good follow through. And so it really helps out with the top spin swing path as well. So one of the biggest drawbacks of the iCoach is the cost, and it is $200. I bought this for $200, and it might be even a little bit more expensive in other places. I've seen it at $230. And so this is an expensive device for just a tee. And it would be okay if, you could justify the cost if it was very durable, but it's not. It's not a very durable device. So I teach classes at Ohlone College here in Fremont, California, and sometimes my classes have 20 to 25 people in it. And one time I had everybody use it on one day, and it got beat up pretty bad. So this part of the iCoach here, this stem, is actually a replacement. So I already replaced this because of that day where everyone kind of beat up on it. And, I could tell my students, don't hit it too hard or hit it properly, hit the ball. But with the iCoach here, if you're working with beginning and intermediate students, you expect them to hit it wrong. So they're going to hit this edge here. They're going to hit this part of the ball, the sides of the ball. So they're going to hit it wrong. And you have to expect that so that when they hit it wrong, they could understand how to hit it right. So, that part, this whole part here is not as durable as I would like it to be. At $200, I expect that to be extremely durable. And you could say that, 20 to 30 students in a class hitting on it on one day, maybe that's not ideal. And if you're working with maybe just one-on-one students, maybe if you use this, maybe, I don't know, twice a week with 2 or 3 different students, maybe that's okay. But, still, it still can get beat up. It really depends on your students and how they swing at it. And they're going to hit it wrong. They're going to hit it at that bottom frame here, and they're going to beat up on this ball, for sure. And at some point, you will need to replace this. If you use this a lot, you're going to have to replace that. And that replacement is about $50. That's what I had to buy the replacement for. So that's one big drawback and disappointment of the iCoach. Another drawback of the iCoach is that it can be a little heavy. It's not super heavy, but there is some weight to it. For me, it's not a big problem, but for other coaches, right, you have a lot of stuff to carry to the court. You have your basket of balls, you have your tennis bag, and then you have this thing to carry too. So it's something that maybe you may want to think about just going to the court with. You could disassemble this into 2 parts, one with the stem and then the bottom part there. But otherwise, it's not a really super issue, but it is somewhat heavy, and carrying something extra to the court may be something you have to think about. Despite these drawbacks, I will definitely recommend the Billie Jean King iCoach. I think it's an indispensable product for any tennis coach and any tennis player who's a beginner or intermediate player, anyone who has contact point issues, anyone who has issues with hitting the sweet spot on their racket or their topspin swing path. This device will definitely help you out, and I've seen the results. I've used this with countless students, maybe hundreds of students now, and I've seen the results. I've seen someone hit better one-handed backhand topspins by just doing a few reps on the iCoach, and it's really helped their game out. So when you see the results, then you could overlook the drawbacks. You could overlook the price. You could overlook the lack of durability. And if there is another product out there similar to this, I am okay looking at it, and I want to check it out. But so far, I think the iCoach is the best deal right now, and it just helps out a lot of tennis players. So highly recommended by myself. And if you have those issues with your contact point, then I would definitely recommend this device. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.